Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to the one of the first videos in the Marvel United X-Men campaign. So I've done the videos on all the first Marvel United stuff that came out, which had Avengers, Spider-Man, all the Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor, all the cinematic universe type characters, the Defenders, all those cool guys. So this set is all based on X-Men. So I've already done the unboxing for the core set, which I have in my hands right here. And I'm going to be doing a series of videos on all of the other new expansions. So of course we have First Class, X-Force, Phoenix Spy, Days of Future Past, Deadpool, Special Fantastic Four cameo, Age of Apocalypse, way up here at the top. Blue Team, Gold Team, stretch goals. We got special dashboards we'll go through. Plastic tokens, some extra locations. So there's a lot of content. Each one's going to be its own separate video. But if you want to know a little bit more about gameplay, I probably either done it in the original Marvel video, or I'll end up maybe making a new one with the X-Men characters. So there's a little bit of that. So I'm just going to hop in on what is in everything. I just wanted to do a quick setup on the beginning of these videos. So if you enjoy whichever video this is, check out the rest of them to see all of the other campaign for the X-Men sets that are coming out. So without further ado, we'll jump into this video. Alright, we're going to look at the craziness that is Deadpool. So CMON Games, which is one of the creators of this games, they've been doing this for a bunch of their games, is they like to add kind of like jokey or odd gimmicky stuff in there that still works 100% with their games. They did this with some other sets that they added. That Massive Darkness is a dark fantasy game, has demons and angels, yet they added essentially a Care Bear and Cupid in there. But they're villainous, they're evil looking, they're demonic type of thing. So they still work. They did it with Munchkin, which is a kind of a goofy game already, and they added it's a very similar thing, like a flowery set, instead of a dungeon thing. And this one adds Deadpool, and Deadpool has been added into other Marvel games that aren't just CMON. They added it into various other games like Legendary and Versus System, and usually the Deadpool stuff breaks the rules, makes the game a little bit chaotic, but it still works within the rules of the game. So this is no exception to that rule. I don't normally read over all the stuff on the thing, but I kind of have to read Deadpool's. So it says, you hold in your hands, without a doubt, the greatest expansion ever created. I mean, you did see that cover, Eat Your Art Out, Roy Lichtenstein. On a rare example of honest advertising, the title says it all. Expansion is all about me, Deadpool. The Merc of the Mouse, sidekicks don't count. Let's milk me for all I'm worth. You want to play as Deadpool? You clearly have a refined taste. You want to fight Deadpool? Ill-advised, but yes. I respect your cojones. You want to just add a healthy dose of chaos by having Deadpool crash your games? What's the worst that could happen? Get ready for the good, the bad, and the chaotic neutral. I liked all this stuff. He has things taped on there. It says the instructions. Even down here, the Marvel United logo. It's cut from the original box. So yeah, this is actually fun because what you do is you get a hero version of Deadpool to play, a villain version, special boss mode villain version to play as. You get Agent Bob, Agent of Hydra, as a villain and a hero. So you get 2 heroes, 2 villains. You also get a special chaos mode that can be added in challenge that can be added to other games, as well as because this is a Kickstarter exclusive game, you are also getting Lady Deadpool. So you're getting 3 heroes essentially, 2 villains, and a weird challenge mode, and some locations. So we'll go through that. So there are some stuff that have mandatory effect. We'll look at those. Chaos Challenge, which is really fun. So we're going to look at that first, because this is the the big boss mode of the game. So you get this big giant board, which you've seen in some of the other sets. So mission cards are not used. You can attack Deadpool right away. Keep counting the number of heroes rescued and foes defeated. You will need these for your final score. When choosing locations during a step, any location whose end of turn effects allows heroes to draw cards is not allowed. Yes, it's kind of cheating. Got a problem with that. Then his mode, and it's all just so incredible how this is. Deadpool starts the game already under pressure, and can be damaged from the start. When a hero is KO'd, their piece should be ground into a found powder, or the hero is just removed from the game, and the player must resume playing with a different hero. So if you lose, you're not out of the game. Your hero gets KO'd. Rather than discarding your hand and drawing a new one or whatever, you just pick a new character to play as. So you might be playing as 3 or 4 characters, depending on how bad you do. His BAM effect. Deal 2 damage to each hero in Deadpool's location. Players controlling these heroes either shout ouch or their hero suffers 1 damage. If you don't want to make people shout ouch, that is entirely up to you. I'm not generally one for having games that tell you have to say or do something extra physically or vocally to gain an effect, but that's entirely up to you. Overflow, if 1 or more tokens not be added, deal 1 damage to each hero in the location. Cards discarded this way should be torn up unless you feel shame and declare out loud that you are not a smart villain. So again, with this effect and this the grounding and refined powder, this is the tongue-in-cheek Deadpool. Don't destroy your miniatures and your cards. If you do, that's your choice. I can't stop you, but I would not recommend it. So his villainous plot. So basically how this game works. Deadpool cannot be defeated. Point ever. Heroes cannot win the game. Never. Yes, this is cheating. All you can do is try and survive till the end of Deadpool's master plan, i.e. until he gets bored. When Deadpool loses his last health, he immediately goes back to his post-starting health. So damaging him is fine. It doesn't do anything really. There's probably reasons to defeat him. Because he has delayed his villain by 1 card. At the end of the game, calculate your scores as follows: 1 point for each rescued civilian, 1 point for each defeated thug, 5 points for each threat cleared, 10 for wasting your wild threat, minus 10 though for each hero eliminated. A negative score means you really sucked at this game. Any score over 50 means you probably cheated. And this is not acceptable. Just kidding. Good luck getting more than 50 points. So that's basically what you're trying to do, is survive the game. And then they have a little thing in the instruction for keeping track of points. So 50 plus, you're a cheater. It's over. It's over 50, clearly you cheated. 40 to 49, legendary. Slow clap, you are a worthy opponent, bows head. 25 to 39. Yes, realize that they skipped from 39, or they didn't skip, that's a big gap in there. We have big hero, not bad. You almost made me break a sweat. 10 to 24, shield. Hey, that was actually pretty respectable. Score, not. 0 to 9, participation award. Well, you tried. You failed miserably, but you tried. Negative score, epic fail. Wow, that was worse than my first movie appearance. Yeah, so that's a fun little mode to be able to play. So you get to fight against Deadpool. So let's look at villain Deadpool here. There's his miniature. He's got his swords out. There's a weird hollow in there. But he's standing on Wolverine's Weapon X helmet. There's a Magneto helmet. And I'm not sure what else that is. I wonder if that's supposed to be like Cable's gun. It might be. There's also a Wolverine mask in there. And there is another helmet there, which I'm not sure whose helmet that is either. It's got lines. Could be Captain Britain, possibly, with the lines on there. That very well might be. Yeah, but that's pretty funny. So he's stepping on all these people's helmets. So there's Deadpool we get to fight against. Alright, let's look at what cards are in there and what shenanigans we have to deal with. So otherwise that you play the mode as normal. It's just you're not worried about missions, you're just trying to rescue stuff. End of turn effects, so if you have cards that are end of turn effects you'd really like to play as, this is a good set to maybe try it out in. Plus you get potentially have lots of heroes, so have multiple heroes ready to go. Or set yourself a limit. Be like, each player gets 3 heroes maybe, or 2 heroes, depending if you're playing maybe a 4-player game. If you lose all your heroes, you automatically lose the game. So it's always a potential way to go too. So we have, did you wash your hands? Move to the location with the hero controlled by the last player to go to the restroom. Bam. Then add 1 civilian to every location. I can't stand people that are always late. Move to the location with the hero controlled by the last player to join the gaming session. Then add 1 thug to every location. Going around kicking asses. Move to the location with the move to the next clockwise location with any heroes. Then add 1 to every location. So he doesn't have his typical like move counters. Going around bringing the pain. Move to the next counterclockwise location with any heroes. Then add 1 thug. This goes great with Taco. Trust me. Move the location with the hero controlled by the last player to drink from their glass. And then add a civilian. Chimichanga anyone? To the last controlled player eating something. Feeling lucky? Move to the location with the hero controlled by the last player to roll a die. Do I smell a KO? Move to the location with the hero with the least cards in hand. Sometimes you win, sometimes you get the blank beaten out of you. Move to the location with the hero controlled by the last player to win a competitive game in your group. Psst. Hey, you. Yes, you. Move to the location with the hero controlled by the player reading this card. Yes, that would be you. You're funny. Gain 1 move token. Then the hero controlled by the player to your left takes 1 damage. And then add 1 thug to each location. And then he has some special cards. As if those weren't special enough. I really don't have time to fill out all these card effects. This card don't do anything else other than placing stuff. Also, I don't really feel like moving right now. You know, see all those civilian tokens? Add 1 in every location. And then he's got... I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes it happens. The effects in this game are similar, but not so similar. You have to write something, even if nothing really happens. Want to be useful? Add a thug in every location. So those are kind of funny. And then we'll have some threat cards to deal with. So we've got the aforementioned wasting your time. Oh look, a boring threat. What are you even doing? Spending your time watching the days go by. Wasting all your efforts. Do you feel like a hero? Look at all those pretty stars. Wasting your energy. What are you, punching the air? Wasting your moves. Why are you running in place? And then finally, wasting your wilds. Ooh, I love watching heroes try to clear this. Only wilds can be used to clear this threat. Grants extra 5 bonus points when cleared. So that gives you that 10 points for using that. So yeah, that's a fun extra mode. Trying to just, survive and do something like that versus your typical defeat them and have to worry about them trying to complete a scheme. Alright, since we're looking at villains, let's look at Bob, Agent of Hydra. So this is a little guy that follows Deadpool around a lot. If you're playing him as a villain, you only get 1 heroic. So yeah, he's probably not, in of itself, he's probably not super challenging then. Let's look at his health. Oh, 1 health. So that's interesting. Special rule, Bob is never under pressure. In order to be able to damage Bob, In order to build a damage Bob, the heroes must first complete all 3 missions. Overflow, if 1 or more token can't be added to the location, increase the savings tracking on the retirement plan by 1. If there are no hero in Bob's location, increase the savings tracking on the retirement plan track by 1. Otherwise, his retirement plan decreases by 1 for each hero in Bob's location. So if there's no one near him, he gets closer to retirement. So his villainous plot is the retirement plan track. The heroes lose if the saving track reaches 12. So he can't be defeated till you do all missions, and you just have to punch him once. But every time there's no heroes in his spot, they're not bothering, he gets closer to retirement, and if he overflows, he gets closer. It's a very simple one to play against, but it also makes it kind of funny. So let's look at his threats, and we'll look at his character. So here's a little miniature. It is purple because you also get to play as him. So we'll look at those cards too. That should be pretty fun. Yeah, just a little Hydra Bob there. Alright, so there's our Bob card. Back to that. Big H for Hydra, in case you didn't know that. Alright, so we have Bob, Agent of Hydra. Move 1, bam. Retirement plan. Discard all thugs in Bob's location and increase the retirement track by 1 for each discard this way. Then add 1 civilian in every location. His next retirement plan, deal 1 damage to the henchmen in Bob's location. If there is none, deal 1 damage to each hero there, then add 1 civilian to every location. So while he's hurting his henchmen, so he's kind of not sure what he's doing. Discard all civilians in Bob's location, increase the track by 1, then add a thug. If there are no heroes in Bob's location, increase the retirement track by 1, then add a thug to every location. If there are no heroes in Bob's location, add a civilian in every location. Deal 1 damage to... What the heck did I just read? Deal 1 damage to each hero in Bob's location, then add a thug in every location. I don't know what I just read. Discard all civilians in Bob's location, increase the track for 1, and then add a thug to each location. We have another one that's the discarding all thugs and adding civilians. It's kind of flipping back and forth between them. Deal 1 damage to each hero in the locations adjacent to Bob, then add a thug in every location. Increase the retirement track by 1 for each hero in Bob's location and add a civilian in every location. Or increase it by 1 for each hero in the location adjacent to him, add a thug. Just straight up, add a thug in every location or add a civilian in every location. So yeah, it's just everything he's trying to do. It's a little bit different. Rather than just movement and bams. His thing is just he's trying to avoid dying until he can retire. Like the opposite of kind of like Deadpool's thing. You want to survive until he gets bored with you. And he's gonna keep trying to take you out as many times as he can. Bob just wants to be avoided. So Bob has some fun threat cards. So his threats are Kingpin. Deal 1 damage to each hero in the location with 1 or more thug. So his henchmen are other villains. Basically, he's using the other villains to distract you so he can retire. So Green Goblin has BAM. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in each location. Green Goblin can't be damaged unless rescued civilian mission has been completed. Taskmaster. Place 1 crisis token on the next clockwise location with no crisis token, canceling its end of turn effect. It can't be damaged unless there's a clear threat mission has been completed. Tiger Shark. Deal 2 damage to 1 hero in this location. MODOK. Flip the last face up hero card in the starter line face down. And finally, Red Skull. Deal 1 damage to each hero in this location Red Skull can't be damaged unless the defeated thug has a mission has been completed. Just kind of neat at all the different characters. I wish I like Tiger Shark's kind of a neat inclusion, but I kind of wish they'd done anyone else, because then you potentially could have had every character out here as a miniature, but there are no Tiger Shark miniatures. So that would have been kind of neat. But yeah, there's Bob as a villain. So again, a little bit different take. So we'll come back to look at him. We're going to look at, before we look at the heroes, we're going to look at the other mode we can fight against. Oh no. I dropped a token. Alright, we got it. So we have the challenge mode. So this is our challenge for this set. And it's going to say this. We're going to scroll up in this. Deadpool's Chaos Challenge. Drop this card on the table and place Deadpool at the location the arrow is pointing at. Anytime a villain ends their movement or a hero ends their turn in Deadpool's location, draw the top card of Deadpool's Chaos deck and resolve it. So now not only are you trying to normally defeat the villain, but you can add Deadpool in there to add some chaos. So this Chaos Deadpool gets a darker purple, so it's kind of, he's darker than the regular purple that Bob was. But it's kind of like a mixture of the purple and the red. So he's like the villain, but not quite the hero. He's just here to cause trouble. And he's riding a unicorn, doing a peace sign. And what's also neat is you can see him kind of sitting there with his arm is funky. Is you can, well, if I can do it right. And now I can't get him to do it. He will. Well, he's supposed to hold the tracking cube. So that's kind of funny. It comes with one of those. Otherwise, you can use one of the other ones that come in the game. So let's look at the challenge deck. So there we're going to have Deadpool's picture with his unicorn. And these cards are all pretty crazy. So we have Deadpool Chaos. So he's going to move, once he's played, he's going to start doing these things. He's going to start moving. So he's going to have out of the way nerds, move all heroes and villains in this location, the opposite location. We have Hulk Pool. So he has like a Hulk emoji sticker over his face. Deal 2 damage to each hero and villain in this location. Discard all civilians and thugs from this location. Need some me time. Nothing happened. Relax. Be right back. We have Lady Deadpool. He just takes pictures over himself. So Lady Deadpool. Female heroes gain 1 wild token. Female villains gain 1 health. May go above starting value. Male heroes and villains take 1 damage. Anyone else may move to any location. No tickets. Discard all civilians and thugs from this location. Musical chairs. From now on, everybody plays with the hero or villain that was controlled by the player to their right. Like, that might be one card I might take out, because these other ones are a little bit disruptive and can mess with the game. I'm not always a fan of having to, like, trade my hand with other people. In a game where it's like just a resource management, that's fine. But if I'm controlling a character, like this is my guy, I know what he does, I picked him out, like, I don't really want to give him up. But again, that's, your game, you can always take out whatever cards you don't like to use. So a little more conversation. Each hero discards 1 action token if they have any. If there are any crisis tokens in play, discard 1 hero. Discard 1. Hero chooses. Laughter is the best medicine. The last hero player to go to a stand-up comedy show draws 1 card. Anyone who's never been to a stand-up comedy show takes 1 damage. Dead Pool Party. The last hero who attended a pool party draws 1 card. Anyone who's never been to one takes 1 damage. Rock around the clock. Move all heroes and villains one location clockwise. Betting pool. Each hero bets on the next total villain movement, even or odd. Whoever guesses right gains a wild token. If the villain doesn't move, heroes lose all their action tokens. Let's play catch. Whoever revealed this card takes one wild token from the pool and tosses it behind their shoulder to a hero of their choice. If they catch the token in the air, they can keep it. X-Men. He's dressed up as Rogue. Each hero that has never met a member of the X-Men draws one card. Each hero that has not takes one damage. So that's actually a fun trivia one then. Like, someone that hasn't met the X-Men. Alright, so in-laws came to visit. Add 2 civilians to this location. Pay per kill. If this was a hero's turn, deal 2 damage to a henchman or villain. If this is the villain's turn, deal 1 damage to each hero. Saving throw. Each hero rolls a die. Don't pretend you don't have dice available at home, club, wherever you're playing. Highest roll draws 1 card. Lowest roll takes 1 damage. Play pool. Whoever revealed this card puts a fist or a fight token. The first player piece that hits by the token takes 2 damage. If no pieces hit, whoever revealed this card takes 1 damage. Carpool. Move Deadpool and all heroes and villains to the location opposite to where Deadpool was. Time for some ultra violence. Each hero, henchman, and villain take 1 damage. Surprise party. Move all heroes and villains to Deadpool's location. Each hero draws 1 card. Each villain gains 2 health. May go above starting health. So only a couple more. There's a bunch of these. It's just really fun because then you can play it and you might not get all of them. Because they only activate when he lands on them. Someone lands on them. So he's moving around, so you could avoid a lot of these. We have Kid Pool. Parents of kids under 10 years old gain one of the 3 tokens. And we are full on my easel, so let's start over. See you in the funny pages. The last hero player to read a comic book draws 2 cards if it was a Deadpool comic. Otherwise, that hero takes 1 damage. Head pool. Each hero player that has never played a game with the zombies must discard 1 card. If all hero players have played a game with zombies, the villain takes 1 damage. And then dog pool, the final one. Dog owners gain 1 attack. Cat owners gain 1 heroic. Horse owners gain 1 movement. Other animal owners draw 1 card. Hero players with no animals take 1 damage. Those are always fun, like stuff with eating and things like that are always fun. Yes, that's a fun extra little mode you can add in there. You could even potentially add that into the deck where you fight Deadpool. Just to make things even more chaotic. Deadpool is fighting with another Deadpool and it's causing more problems. You could fight with Deadpool, against Deadpool, with a Chaos Deadpool. Alright, so we're going to look at our one location we get. It's going to be Deadpool's apartment. Oh, here we go. Here's your little pirate symbol on the skull down there. So, end of turn. If there's nothing other than your hero here, you may relax with your feet on the couch, draw 2 cards. So there's no chaos tokens, or anything else. So it's fun. Just a simple little extra apartment thing to play against. Alright. Finally, we are going to get to the actual Deadpool cards. So, let's look at Deadpool's miniature. He's standing with his giant gun. He has a bunch of missiles on it. He's got a sword. He's standing on a bunch of bullets, which are really cool. He's doing a finger guns. So we get like the sword variant of Deadpool. We have a gun variant of Deadpool. And we also have the unicorn riding Deadpool. So a bunch of different versions. So he's going to get a starting card. So there's his card. I guess there's a fuller art version of it. So let's look at what that does. So this is our hero Deadpool. Regenerative healing factor. As long as this card is based up in the storyline, if you have less than 3 cards in your hand, at the end of the villain turn, you may draw 1 card. As long as you've been hurt, you get a regenerate. Alright, so his cards are going to be resistance to everything. Any special effect on the next master plan card played have no effect on Deadpool. He's got 2 copies of Maximum Effort. Does 3 damage. Attacks against a single target in your location. He's got 2 copies of Fight Through the Pain. Gain 1 damage token. You may ignore 1 damage until the beginning of your next turn. 2 copies of Unpredictable. Gain 1 wild token on your next turn. You must play your hero card randomly. So some fun ones there. He's of course going to get his wild cards, because you have to have those. We've seen Regenerating Healing Factor. Then his last 2 cards are Breaking the Fourth Wall. Now this is a black text, so it means you have to do it. It says you must draw the top 2 cards from the Deadpool Chaos Challenge deck, choose one, and resolve it. So yeah, that could be very interesting to see what happens there. But that's his only movement card, I believe. Other than the wilds. He has a bunch of attacks and some wilds. I guess his 1 regeneration card moves into. Yeah, so that's Deadpool. A little bit crazy, because he's got all sorts of extra effects that the other guys don't have. Let's go back to Bob. That little goofy smiling Hydra Bob. And see how he plays as a hero. So he's got a brown card there. And so there he's running away from an explosion with a movement. He's got heroic. He's got a single attack. He's got regular wild and a double wild. So then now he has a bunch of special cards. So first off, he has Runaway, which has black text. Which again means you have to do this. It says, until the beginning of your next turn, if a villain ends their movement in your location, you must move to the next clockwise location. So you're going to automatically move you somewhere else. Deadpool's Pet. Until the beginning of your next turn, if you have to discard cards, you can have a hero Deadpool discard that number of cards instead, and Deadpool can potentially recover from them. With his regeneration ability. Oh, it's just 1 punch. Accidentally heroic. Clear a threat card in your location, then discard all cards from your hand to the bottom of your deck. Yeah, so Bob's kind of a weird character. So it's like, clear a threat, awesome. But then now you basically lost all your turns. Until you can draw some cards. He's got Throw Clumsily. Give 2 attack tokens to the pool of a hero in your location. Accelerate the villain by 1 turn. And it's a wild. So again, 2 tokens is awesome. But now the villain gets to have 1 extra card on their next turn. So he's a clumsy buffoon that does stuff. So Plan Z. Add 2 civilians, 2 thugs, or 1 skull threat token from the pool to the corresponding mission card of your choice. Accelerate the next villain turn by 1, so you can speed up one of your missions a little bit quicker, but your villain gets to attack again. I wished I joined AIM instead. Gain a wild token. Each other hero must discard 1 action token if they have any, so you better really make sure that's worth it. And then finally we have Messing Up Stuff. 2 wilds, draw a master plan card and add it face down to the story, or give 1 crisis token to each hero if there are any effects in the game that use them. So again, tokens, wild, are really useful, but you better make sure you're going to do it so as you're adding a lot of stress to the game. So he could be a very fun, gimmicky character to play. And with Deadpool and adding Chaos in there, you could have some interesting games. So our final character of this set is Lady Deadpool. So we get one of the other Deadpool core characters. This is Wanda Wilson instead of Wade Wilson. We got a little rat guy with her, and she's got her swords out. So we get a play as there's just some bombs blowing up behind her. So there's Lady Deadpool. And unlike regular Deadpool, she actually, I don't know if they're going to show any pictures of her. Yeah, she actually fights with Captain America a little bit. It's kind of interesting. So she's going to also be like Deadpool and have a bunch of effect cards. Like regular Deadpool. So resistance to everything. Any special effects on the next Master Plan card play have no effect on Lady Deadpool. She's got 2 copies of Master Assassin. Deal 3 damage against a single target in your location. 2 copies of Merc with a mouth with lip gloss. Rescue 1 civilian in your location. 2 copies of Totally Unpredictable. Gain 1 wild token. On your next turn, you must play your hero card randomly. 2 copies of Rescuing Charles. Which I'm guessing that's the little mouse guy on there. Move any location with a civilian. If you do, rescue 1 civilian and defeat all thugs there. She's got her 2 wild cards. And then finally, she did have a starting hand card as well, which is Regenerative Healing Factor. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, if you have 3 or less cards in your hand, end of the villain turn, you may draw a card. So that's Lady Deadpool. So, just kind of looking at that, I'm noticing something, and I want to look at it. Get back in the box. What the heck is going on here? Wait, I'll fix it later. So, she's got her starting hand, which is Regenerative Healing Factor, which is the same as Deadpool's. Then, of course, she's got 2 wilds, which Deadpool also has, regular Deadpool. She has the ability to... So I think that one might be the unique one. So we're going to stick those ones at the end. So she does have Totally Unpredictable. Gain a wild token. Next turn is random. And then Deadpool has just Unpredictable. So they get the same effect there. So far, most of their deck is the same. Then they have... I'm going to skip that one. So I don't think they... I think that's a couple of differences. So they're very similar, but they're a little bit different. So, yeah. So she has Master Assassin, where she gains 3 attack to a single location. He has maximum effort. So those guys are the same. Resistance to everything. And then he also has resistance to everything. And that's not their starting card. So special cards have no effect. So that leaves her with Rescuing Charles, which gets her rescuing civilians and defeating thugs, and rescuing civilians at your location. So she gets those 2, where Deadpool gets Fighting Through the Pain, gets to ignore damage, and then he has Breaking the Fourth Wall. So there's a little bit of difference, but like half their deck is the exact same deck, which is kind of cool. I normally be like, oh, I don't like characters that have the same deck, but it makes sense for Deadpool, like just because of who Deadpool is. So, all right, there we go. That was our Deadpool set. This is currently a Kickstarter exclusive set. But yeah, a lot of fun and craziness, so if it's something you're looking at, it might be worth checking into. But at least now you know what it is. Alright, see you guys in the next video. Bye.